Faisal. I'm a member of parliament from Malaysia, happen to be in Tokyo for my duty. I'll have one question for both of you. I came from Malaysia, one of the countries in the emerging market of Southeast Asia, or ASEAN. And JICA has done a tremendous job for my country for the past 70 years. So I just wonder, what is your next move in ASEAN for JICA and also World Bank? How do you see ASEAN as a stable pillar for world growth or global growth compared to MENA and other parts of the world? That's my question. Thank you.
And then let me go on to probably the last question.
It's long been a very important partner for Japan, and Japan has been working in Southeast Asia in various sectors by the private sector as well as organizations or corporations like JICA. I believe there are still differences, divergence among the ASEAN member countries, and so some countries we need to pay attention to poverty reduction, but some other countries probably what is needed is to overcome what's called the middle income trap. And then also, I think middle income trap is exacerbated by the remaining gap between the people. So even if overall country is achieving fairly high level on the average with the per capita GDP, but there may be certain segments of population which are suffering from poverty and the lack of access. And so I think what Japan and JICA needs to do is to make relevant adjustment to the necessities of our partner countries in a very effective manner.
And the only thing I'd add to that on ASEAN specifically is that there is an enormous opportunity for ASEAN to do more, even among itself. So while if you look at intra-regional trade, ASEAN stands out as a great example of a very high percentage of its trade being intra-regional. But to give you an example, if you were to take renewable electricity from Laos through Thailand and Malaysia into Singapore, that would be a pretty good thing to get done. It's not easy, regulatory environments and all that. Right now, there is work going on to enable that with the World Bank working on it. But to me, producing electricity in every country is very expensive. Producing it where you have competitive advantage to produce it and then ship it through regional electricity markets in a like-minded block of nations is a better way to work. So there's opportunities within ASEAN to do more. But your question was, is it an important stabilization force? Absolutely, 100%. The fact that they talk to each other, even if they disagree, the fact that leadership changes regularly among them, the fact that they try and come together to create a bloc in that part of the world with high productivity, with a high level of income and a strong population, absolutely, I think of them as being very important in world geography. Your point about conditionality, you got to be careful about, we don't do conditionality the way others do. Ours are the following. I'll give you an example. Let's say we're talking right now in Kenya, for example, on changing, and pick a country, on changing rules around the ease of doing business, or ease of opening a business. To me, there is no conditionality involved in that. They need help with the technology to do this. They need help with designing regulations to do it. They may need some help to fight off some cost that's inherent in the system that they're giving up if they make it easier. So we give them financial help as well as technical help. Or if you go to Paraguay, which is a country that has improved its credit rating in the last few years under a very dynamic kind of young president right now. This country has a problem. It doesn't have a mobile collateral guarantee law. So if you're a medium or small or micro enterprise, there is no way for you to take your 2 tractors, hypothecate them, and buy a loan for another 2 tractors because there is no mobile collateral guarantee law. Can I help them construct that and give them the incentive to implement it? Yes, I do. Those are the kind of things we do on a daily basis. We do things to help them improve their digitization and improve tax flow. So you reduce the corruption and the avoidance of taxes in the system. And these are things that should happen in these countries.
Thank you.